All right, YouTube, thanks for coming in tonight. Okay, we got a quick update. We heard from the Federal Reserve today. Thank you, TikTok chat. I appreciate you guys as well. We got a quick update, then we're going to take a look at the market. Appreciate all of you guys for coming in tonight. Make sure you hit that bell notification so you know when I'm going live and when I drop new videos. Okay. All right, let's get right into it. Quick market update. Bitcoin just underneath 49,000 right now. Okay, the markets have recovered slightly after that Federal Reserve meeting. Basically, I just dropped a TikTok, but let me summarize it for you guys right here. Okay, so we have more tapering and they are going to leave interest rates unchanged for now. So that means that they're not going to be pumping as much. They're not going to be buying as many bonds as they have been. And so they're doing less injection, less pumping. Okay, they're going to taper, which means they're doing less of that. And then they're going to leave interest rates unchanged. So in summary, in conclusion, basically, I put a little TikTok out, but what I said is that the inflation is out of control, and what they're trying to do is stop the easy money policies before we reach hyperinflation. We're already at nearly 7% inflation. Obviously, they like to keep it around 2%, so they're trying to rein things back in. Okay. But here's the kicker is I don't think that the asset bubble pops until we finally have interest rate hikes. So we know that this is a big debt bubble. The everything bubble is driven by debt and cheap debt. So the actionable items that I dropped for everyone was to lock in low interest rates, make sure that cash flow covers debt service, and continue to acquire hard assets, continue to hold hard assets. And that's going to be cryptocurrencies with a limited supply and actual utility. That's going to be precious metals and real estate. Okay. And if you are taking on debt right now, I do think that it's a good time to lock in those low interest rates while you can. We have to take the Fed at their word, even though I don't trust them. They're telling us that they're going to raise interest rates 3 times next year, 4 times in 2023, and twice in 2024. We cannot handle 1 interest rate hike, let alone 3 next year. The other big takeaway from this is that their tapering program, which is in regards to their bond purchasing. So basically, they're buying our own treasury bonds and our mortgage-backed securities. So the mortgage-backed securities that crashed our economy in 07, 08, our Federal Reserve is buying them every month to the tune of hundreds of billions of dollars. Trillions of dollars since the pandemic. And this program is coming to a complete end in March of 2022. YouTube, if you guys could drop me a comment real quick and let me know, how's the sound coming through? Are we looking good on the sound? Please let me know in the chat. I appreciate you guys for tuning in tonight. Okay, we're going into this Federal Reserve update. I want to make sure that you guys watch this all the way through. We still have news to cover as well. YouTube has been picking up lately. We've been dropping some more content over here. So if you are new, okay, we're going to be bringing you guys updates a few times a week. I'm trying to bring it as much as I can. Used to be daily, but now we have kind of cut back to only a few times. But we will post a few TikToks and we will make 1 YouTube video per day, usually, is what we're shooting for now. So, in conclusion, guys, the pump ends in March of 2022. Okay, they're done buying bonds and our mortgage-backed securities in March. So they're done buying these shit products, these shit offerings that are United States Treasury bonds and our mortgage-backed securities. That's ending in March. So the pump's done in March. Just to summarize, long story short, to put it into simple terms, because we can't even understand what our Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell is saying, but to simplify this for you guys. The pump ends in March and the interest rate hikes begin next year. So cheap, easy money debt gets tightened in. I don't want to say it ends because I think that they want to drag this thing out. But this thing is bursting and it's going to start to sink faster next year. This is a sinking ship. It's going down, and specifically the United States dollar as a reserve currency and the United States economy. It's a sinking ship. It's going down. The Federal Reserve, I just messaged my Discord. I said, I wish they would just rip the Band-Aid off, because that's what we're doing. We're letting it bleed out slow instead of just ripping the Band-Aid off and getting this thing over with. Okay? Either way the Federal Reserve goes, they have no good options. If they continue to pump and inflate, well, then we're going to lose the value of the dollar. We'll hit hyperinflation over the next couple years, and the dollar will be worthless. Or they do this plan that they're talking about with the interest rate hikes, and they try to kind of make it a soft landing. I don't think that we can withstand 1 or 2 interest rate hikes next year. They're saying that we're going to have more employment is picking up, and the variance and whatnot. I can't get into that here, obviously, but that is the Federal Reserve update in a nutshell conclusion. Now, here's what is going to happen in the markets. Here's the price predictions. Here's the market movement that I'm predicting. This is not financial advice, but here's what I see. I do not see another Bitcoin all-time high coming in. The only way that we would get a super cycle, extended cycle, euphoria pump to the moon, Lambo time over the next few months is if they ramped up their asset purchases. If they ramped up their bond programs and they said no cuts next year, no interest rate hikes next year. If they weren't going to raise the interest rates and they dropped interest rates and then they continued to do these bond purchases and continue to pump, I like to just break this down into simple terms. Either they're pumping or they're not, and they're either going to raise interest rates or they're going to drop them. They're leaving them the same for now. But what they've done to get to the point we're at today is we have near zero interest rates, and they've continued to pump to the tune of hundreds of billions of dollars per month and trillions of dollars over the last 2 years, really ramped up once the pandemic began. Okay? So now we're at a crossroads. Either you pull the plug completely and just let the ship sink, okay? Or we continue to just kind of keep patching it up as we drown out slowly. All these XRP delistings making me nervous. Yeah, here's the deal, guys. XRP is not meant for us. So the fact that it's being taken off these exchanges confirms what we've been saying since the very beginning. They don't want us to hold XRP. They don't want us to have XRP. It's not meant for us. It's meant for wholesale CBDC transactions, just like we got the word, 2 days ago? It came out that back in 2015, the Central Bank of France and Switzerland were doing a trial wholesale CBDC transactions using XRP. Back in 2015. And let me remind everyone, Bank of England did a test with Ripple back in 2018. So all the biggest banks in the world are trialing their central bank digital currencies for wholesale payments. That's trillions of dollars daily, guys, that they're practicing using XRP with. But back to the exchanges delisting XRP, it's not meant for us. We're not supposed to have access to it. Okay, they are going to relist XRP once the price goes up and allow us to sell it. They're going to allow us to get rid of it. You can be guaranteed of that. Coinbase wants a cut of this, and I'm expecting Coinbase to relist XRP either before the settlement or the case ends, or right after. But I just wanted to give you guys the Federal Reserve update, my take on it. Here's the deal with the markets. I don't expect another euphoria moment in this space for the next few months, okay? They're going to decrease the amount of injections that they're doing by twice as much as expected. So they're decreasing the amount of bond purchases and mortgage-backed securities that they're doing to the tune of $30 billion per month. They're reducing. So they're not pumping, okay? These terms and this vocabulary, these economic terms, it gets very confusing. And so I'm just trying to simplify it for you guys. Are we going to pump? Are we going to not? Is this party over? The party is continuing, okay, but we're running out of liquor, okay? The punch bowl is still getting filled up for now, but we're drying out. Okay, the kegs in the back are drying out. That's where we're at. And specifically, March is the timeline. And as I put out the template, for the reset, and March through September of next year was the time for the economic collapse and reset restructuring. So I think that if they start to raise interest rates and then they stop the bond purchasing program, this thing's going to come down quick. Okay. In the meantime, though, there's no reason to expect another pump. We can recover, and my hopeful expectation is that we pump back up to 55K, maybe hopefully extend out to 60K, and then we can get our altcoins to go on one more pump. That's my hope and my prayer, is that the Bitcoin and Ethereum go up close to their all-time high. I don't think Bitcoin breaks all-time high again. Ethereum can do it, potentially another all-time high. But that is my hope, and I don't think that it comes in till the end of the month and into the new year. Okay? In the meantime, over Christmas, I think that we still could see a liquidation shakeout event that brings the Bitcoin down to 42K, which isn't a huge drop right now. The main level that we're watching, though, is that 42 to 40. If we break 40 and start closing daily candles below 40, that is bad news. Okay, the conversation changes if we start closing dailies for Bitcoin below 40K. Okay. But here is our hopeful expectation, is that Bitcoin and Ethereum will survive. Okay, the market will continue to recover into the new year, and we'll get one more altcoin pump. XRP can lead this. I'm just not even going to play around, guys. XRP literally can lead this altcoin pump because of the lawsuit timing in January. It's in a funny, different situation, unlike any of the other cryptocurrencies. And you guys already know this if you've been listening to me for a while. We've been talking about this. Okay, but XRP can lead this pump. XRP, XLM, these cryptocurrencies that haven't reached their all-time high from last bull run, well, I think that we're going to see some hype speculation leading into the Sologenic airdrop, which occurs on December 24th. We're less than 10 days away from that now. Okay, that's going to be a catalyst to kind of get some excitement going in the XRP space. And then you have the discovery phase is ending on the 19th of January. It's been extended another 4 days. Just like this whole lawsuit, staged, extended, installing. Okay. On the 19th, the discovery phase ends, and they have a written agreement, a signed contract between the SEC and Ripple that they have to discuss settlement for 14 days after that deadline is reached. So after discovery ends, they have to sit down face to face and discuss a settlement for 14 days. So after all of this discovery comes to an end next month, the SEC and Ripple have to talk about settlement. So as far as an altcoin, a little bit of action going on, I think that could be interesting next month. Okay, I'm not expecting anything to really get going until the end of this month, into the new year. Yeah, YouTube, I appreciate you guys for coming in tonight. It is not too late for Sologenic. I'm checking your guys' comments in YouTube and TikTok, okay? Let me go rapid fire through this news that I did have, and then we'll go into Q&A. Rapid fire through this news, and then we'll go into Q&A. Okay, so we already talked about this. Stock market is recovering. It's up slightly today. It did a U-turn. Okay, we've already gone over that. You guys got the Federal Reserve update. What's this headline? Fed doubles pace of tapering, warms up to rate hikes in 2022 as inflationary pressures rise. So in conclusion, inflation is the main issue. Okay. No, I don't want to show you that. Okay, this was an interesting piece of news right here. Beijing court rules Bitcoin mining contract void. Excuse me. Beijing court rules Bitcoin mining contract void. Check out this. As crypto investors widely know, China has declared all cryptocurrency transactions illegal and outlawed crypto mining activities. Lately, a court decision further reasserted the government's attitude to stifle any Bitcoin mining activity possible. So this comes from a court shutting down a contract where nearly $18 million worth of Bitcoin was due to someone, I don't know who, in a mining company in, I can't even pronounce that. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. It's a region in China. Okay. Someone was owed some Bitcoin from a Bitcoin miner, and they have ruled this contract void. Okay. And look at this. An energy-rich province where mining mentioned by the case took place to, quote, purge any such remaining activity. Wow. Yeah. Now, I wanted to read you guys off this part right here too. Sorry. Yeah, okay, right here. This is what the court said. It is void because it undermines social and public interest, and it should not be protected by the law, and the parties involved should bear the consequences of their actions. How about that? They're really just leaving people out to dry. They were due $18 million worth of Bitcoin from some Bitcoin mining company, and they are not going to be receiving it. This is the liquidity squeeze that I'm talking about with Tether, with Bitcoin. When they start to pull the plug on this thing. Now, speaking of that, I'll skip over to this article. India's crypto bill likely to be delayed for several weeks. So it looks like India, the proposed bill to ban crypto in India is getting delayed. But the key part of this, their reasoning, let me see if I can find it. Basically, they were saying that the world, fast evolving, and the framework of the bill requires, basically, they're waiting for the global framework to be set. That's what it was. They're waiting for the global framework to be set, and they're stalling. But it was funny how they hit us so hard with that FUD. India's going to ban crypto. Now, I do believe that India will ban a lot of cryptos, for sure. This piece of news here, cryptocurrency investor Katie Huan is leaving Andreessen Horowitz to launch her own firm. Now, she's been one of the truth tellers from Andreessen Horowitz. I actually just brought up this because I was going to do a deep dive on this and Katie Huan later on. I know Digital Asset Investor has shared a lot of her speeches and a lot of the things that she said. So I'm going to look further into that. I just wanted to deep dive on her later, so I had saved that article. But India's crypto bill is getting delayed. And as you guys know, they're talking about stablecoins again this week with the Banking Services Committee. So our Congress is still talking about stablecoins being the number one issue. The regulations are around the corner. And that's another bearish thing. That's short-term bearish. Long-term, it's good that we're going to get regulated because we need the regulations for institutional adoption and for the trillions of dollars to actually flow into the cryptocurrency space. So the good news is that once regulation is implemented, all systems are a go. But it is short-term bearish. Okay, so that's another bearish catalyst for next year. Now, I wanted to share these two pieces. This is kind of different here. Crypto wealth is minting the next generation of super spenders. Now, this is from Bloomberg, and they're talking about luxury brands are doing well during the pandemic, like Louis Vuitton and all these other things. And they're saying that cryptocurrency in a younger investor class, basically the crypto kids are trying to flex. And then I saw this article too. A Bitcoin millionaire who retired at 35 complains that being rich is boring. So this guy made millions of dollars off of Bitcoin, and now he's saying that it's boring and that he didn't deserve to become rich off Bitcoin. And basically he used a cheat code is what he called it, and it was a lucky bet. Now that is actually true, and he has good awareness to actually recognize that. But I just wanted to make the point, guys. is you have to have your mindset right, and you have to have real strategies for actually making money off this space or any investments that you're actually going to hit, whether that's crypto, whether you're doing real estate, whether you run a business, whether you just make a lot of money at your job. Um, it goes further than flexing on Instagram, flexing on TikTok, and just chilling at home and living the beach life. So I thought that these were two interesting articles. Um, for me, I have a wealth generation strategy, and my goal is generational wealth. So I'm not going to stop at hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars. I'm shooting for much more and much more purpose than just making some money so that I can flex a Louis bag in a Lambo. So if you guys are here for that kind of moon boy talk, I'm sorry. But anyways, let's get back into the markets. Let's get into your Q&A. That's all the news that I had for you guys. I appreciate you guys for tuning in tonight. Thank you for coming in. Okay, Bitcoin just under 49, ETH at 4,000, XRP at 82 cents. Yeah, it should not take 14 days for them to discuss the settlement. We know that the settlement's already done. That's the thing. The settlement's already done. Some of these have really caught a pump. Avalanche really made a nice move over the last couple days. Now, I've been telling my Discord this, and for you on TikTok and YouTube as well, you've been hearing me say, don't get greedy right now. If you do catch a pump on your altcoin, okay, start to ladder out. We're not going to get another crazy euphoric pump. At least if we take the Federal Reserve at their word, or if they do something close to what they're telling us they're going to do, they're not pumping this thing up anymore. The pump is done from the Fed. So where's the money going to come from to flow into these, right? Especially one without regulations, institutional money is not flowing into this space. What do I see XRP doing? It's just like in January. I'm waiting for January for something interesting to happen. But at this point, XRP, if it quote unquote missed this whole bull run, I'd be amazed if it doesn't at least go back to all-time high by the end of the discovery phase into January. There's just going to be way too much hype speculation going in and around XRP at that time. Invest in Web3. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Yep. Let's go. What else did I have? Oh, yeah. Okay. Here's a quick XRP chart for you guys that are on YouTube with me. You guys can see this. This is what I was looking at. So we are still in bullish posture. This is the good news for XRP. Okay. We could tap down even 76, 75. But this is the daily chart, and I got it on the line chart. So this isn't the candles. Okay, so this gives you a better snapshot of like these crazy liquidation events that like wick down. They kind of throw off your chart there. So this is just like using just the line chart zoomed out on the daily all the way back to last year, the beginning of last year. Okay, so remember the lawsuit was filed right around this date. Okay, like December 20th. And that's when XRP dumped, right? And then it bottomed out right at the end of the year, December 30th. Yeah. So basically, Christmas into the new year, we were going down. Okay. But, it really helps to zoom out on the charts here, guys, and just take a bigger look. XRP is still holding bullish posture. And See, a lot of these guys are mad because they're little Bitcoin and Ethereum. I don't know why people are still recommending to buy Bitcoin and Ethereum, especially at this stage of the bull run. Like, what are you trying to get out of Ethereum? Look at Bitcoin. Yeah. Bitcoin and ETH are still actually in bullish posture, but it's close for Bitcoin. What I want to do, I want to look at XLM. Oh yeah, I was looking. Okay, yeah. Here's my yeah. I was looking at my price targets for XLM. Out to $3.28 is the full 4.236. The 3.618 takes us out to $2.80 for XLM. So that's why I say you still can catch a 10x out of these coins. They've been suppressed, but if we catch that full 4.236, you see where it takes us, all the way up here, nearly $3 for XLM. Don't want a central bank ever. Yeah, well, that's the thing about XRP is that it's not created by a central bank. The central banks are working with Ripple, though. Is that with 100% certainty? No, Andrew, nothing's with 100% certainty. My question is, what's the alternative? Dollar cost average into Bitcoin and Ethereum like some of these influencers are suggesting? What's my Sologenic doing? We're watching this one closely. Solo. Ooh. Up even more, another 11% today to $4.90, almost up to $5. I like that. I like that. I'm looking for Solo to pump up to $7 to $10 before the snapshot. That's when I'm going to move out and I'm going to transfer all back to XRP. Probably not going to hold Sologenic for the snapshot. And that's set to take place on December 24th, and that is not financial advice. That's just what I'm doing. I already took my initial investment into Sologenic out, so now I'm just all profit. Made a couple thousand XRP off that move, so that worked out pretty good. Thoughts on HBAR? Great tech, good partnerships. I do believe in the utility. Solid project. Thoughts on Bearable Guy 123? God bless the God bless all the Riddlers, everyone who's been participating in the XRP community for years. You guys are what have made it fun for me. Why am I not seeing and talking about the buyback? Well, I did put out a video about the buyback. For the record, I don't believe in one. I don't believe in a buyback. But yeah, I already did. I put out a video yesterday or the day before on the buyback. That short was actually doing pretty good on YouTube. Been trying to post more of my shorts to YouTube. What's up, Big Ben? How are you doing, brother? Thoughts on Bitboy? He's just a hype beast. He makes a lot of money after paid promotions. So that's the thing with Bitboy. He's got some decent content. I would recommend watching his live streams. If you watch his live streams, they're a lot better than like his little like short videos that he does that are like clearly paid promotions, where he'll be like, it'll just be like some hype video about some random coin, and obviously he got paid to push it. So that's the thing with Bitboy. He's been in the market for a while. He's now heavy into XRP, which is interesting to see that change up. But yeah, when he talks about these random like little gems that he finds, They're not random little gems that he and his research team found. They are little gems that paid him 5 figures to make a paid post. Okay, so you got to be careful who you're listening to. Bitboy, he's got some good stuff though. What happens after the cyber attack? Well, I got to be careful with my words here, but I'm interested to watch a period between March and September. Very interested to see what plays out next year. And yeah, someone says, "Wow, Bitboy." Yeah, I'm being nice. I'm being nice. When is the SEC next hearing? I'm not sure where we're at in the case. Basically, discovery ends in January. That's all I know. January 19th, discovery ends, and then they have to discuss settlement for 14 days after that. I don't know why they hate on XLM. Jed can dump anytime and end the XRP run, or he's not selling because he knows it's illegal. I'm trying to figure it out. Yeah, Jed McCaleb, he's just been one of those guys in the shadows from the very beginning. I think that he is part of the team, part of the suits in the shadows, I guess we can call him. But it is interesting to see that Jed has not been selling any XRP since like September. What was up with the payment volume today, and what does it mean? Ben, I don't know, man. Other than they're just doing tests, in my opinion, they're doing tests on the ledger. They're doing like high volume tests, high value tests in the background. I think that that's where the price glitches come from. Is they're doing high value tests in the background. They're doing high value and high volume tests in the background. When exchanges like Coinbase freeze up during volatility, do hardware wallets and apps also freeze up? No, I don't think so. Yeah, but you're not going to be able to move your ledger, whatever's on your cold storage, to the exchanges if the exchanges are down. Do I think the buyback is realistic to happen? I do actually believe that one could be possible. A buyback solves a lot of issues for the Fed. Depending on how they structured it, it could help solve their debt crisis and liquidity crisis. Wow, Filecoin all the way down to $37. What do I think about Crypto Hulk? I have not heard of Crypto Hulk Ivan Romero on YouTube. Sorry. Seen a lot of hype about Quant lately. Will it stay this low through end of the bull run? Dude, Ben, I think that we'd be lucky to see Quant reach back out to its all-time high at this point. There was a lot of hype. I forget why, but basically it pumped back up to like 200 and then it dumped again after that. I'm waiting for the depths of the bear market to pick up Quant right now. I'm like not so antsy to get Quant that I'm picking it up these prices, and I'm also pissed off that I didn't buy Quant when it was at 55 to 70 bucks. I was waiting for Quant to go back to 50 bucks and I missed that opportunity. And so I've just held off on investing in Quant since. Please talk about the glitch that happened. Okay, so basically, there's no such thing as glitches because humans create these systems for when you put in inputs, it gives out an output. So something has to be going on that produces those numbers. I believe that in the background, what you have happening is you have tests on the network happening that are high value and high volume tests. So like today, I don't know what the payment volume was for XRP, but it was nuts. Did anybody see that? What was the payment volume for XRP today? It was insane. Ripple is not slowing down and expanding aggressively. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, the partnerships just continue. And then we find out ones that happened years ago, like just recently, France and Switzerland doing wholesale central bank digital currency trials with XRP. Massive. And I still have trolls in the chat saying XRP to zero. It's unbelievable. If you guys could please tap the screen, make sure you share this. I am getting shadow banned on TikTok right now. Ever since I dropped the video where I explained the New World Order template and Great Reset rollout, like the exact timeline, that video got taken down, and then I've been shadow banned like over the last week since then. So if you guys could please help me by tapping the screen, sharing, and if you're on YouTube, make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when I'm going live and when I post next. Repost that video, please. Yeah, a lot of I'm at 10,000 viewers on my last video. On the what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Repost the. I'm gonna repost the New World Order template Great Reset rollout timeline on YouTube, and I'm gonna do a deep dive on it. But yeah, I posted it on TikTok. I gave you guys the 6 stages. Just summarizing basically the timeline. And basically March through September of next year is when it wraps up. And it includes a lot of the economic financial reset stuff in March through September. And that's what was interesting about the Federal Reserve. What they said today is they said that the rate hikes, the interest rate hikes, were going to be in May. Sorry, the interest rate hikes were going to be in May, September, and December. So the timeline that I'm watching is basically from now until September. It's going to be interesting. Thoughts on XDC? Big fan of it. I'm holding some right now. You know, guys, when it comes to getting caught holding the bag, which I basically am at this point, if we don't catch another run up, I'm going to be caught holding XRP, XLM, XDC, and I'm fine with that. I'm fine with holding any of these ISO 200 coins through whatever we're about to go through. You know, if the value drops 50%, if it drops 80%, I just buy more. And that's because they have real utility. So in the Federal Reserve update that I just did, I gave my couple action items at the end. This is not financial advice, but this is what I think you should consider. And what I'm doing is, we can't trust the Federal Reserve. It's a good time to lock in debt. If you have good debt, there's a difference between good debt and bad debt. Go read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki if you need to understand that. Okay? But I'm talking about good debt. You got to make sure that cash flow covers debt service. Okay? And then we're holding hard assets. And I said specifically cryptocurrencies with limited supply and actual utility, precious metals, and real estate. And I'm talking about real world, physical world real estate, not metaverse. Okay? I know everyone's excited about the metaverse. Haven't seen anything that gets me too excited there in the metaverse yet. I do believe that Meta, aka Facebook, will dominate the space, unfortunately. Are you expecting deflation next year? It depends on what the Federal Reserve does. We have to take the Fed at their word. If they do this, yes, then it will bring in deflation. Prices will decrease. Because if they raise interest rates, the debt bubble pops. Yeah, the prices have to come down. Lowest we see XRP go this month. Okay, Ben, if we zoom out Let me go back to my XRP chart. Like 76 cent on the daily was the level that we're like holding right now. But yeah, okay, here we go. Yeah, we could go down to 76 on the daily chart. But if we go into a shorter time frame, if you went to like the 15-minute chart or the like 4-hour chart, you know, your bottom target's probably around like 70 cents, 73 cents. But that's just going to be a candle wick down. Okay, we probably won't be closing any dailies below 76. So if we do get a crash below, guys, it's going to get bought up quickly. If we break 40K for Bitcoin, this party's really over. And then we have a bearish talk. Okay, but if Bitcoin, I think it's going to go down to 42 to 45K is the region that it'll retest before we move back up. And I'm not expecting us to move back up until after Christmas into the new year. And it might not be till like in January. Remember, I showed you guys the chart last year. Okay, from basically, look at that. We bottomed out on December 23rd. And then on the 24th, from Christmas to the new year, we were down. Let me zoom in right here. Yeah, Christmas to the new year, we were down. So we'll see what they do this year. YouTube, I'm checking your guys' comments too. If you guys have any questions, comments. Where are we at here? Now, Bitcoin did the opposite. If we look at Bitcoin, yeah, basically from December 11th, it bottomed out. And then, I mean, it was just bullish all through December. Yeah, and that's the thing. We got shooken out this bull run, this year. The bull run ended in December, and we've been down since. Last year, you can look, we were going up in December into the new year, and then we continued that trajectory. We had a sell-off after May, right? We hit that all-time high in April, okay? And then we didn't crash until we had the China news in May. So that's going to be interesting to watch. This is the Bitcoin chart, by the way. Bitcoin went straight up into the new year last year. Resistance at 44K for Bitcoin. Yeah, the major support at 42 to 45K. XRP to 37,500. Have I figured out the dark winter? Yes, sir. We are making preparations for the dark winter. It's already getting ready to snow up here in the Pacific Northwest, up in the very northwest corner of the states where I'm located at. We're getting ready for some snow. We've already had power outages. We've already had record flooding. We've already had record levels of rainfall. Rest in peace to the people who lost their lives in the Kentucky tornadoes. This weather is getting crazy across the whole country and across the whole world. So yeah, it's going to be a dicey little winter for sure. For sure. Be a cold winter. Our bags are going to be small. Ben says, everyone get on the Patreon. That shit's lit. I appreciate you, Ben. Yeah, Ben just joined the Discord group. If you want to join, it is linked up in the bio. It's linked up in the description of the YouTube. Join the Patreon, then we'll send you the link to the Discord group. We have reached over 105 members at this point. So I appreciate all of you guys for joining that group. How many XRP do I have? Am I in the 1%? Well, that's a good question. I cannot share that information with you guys, but I do have a few XRP. Check out Mike Maloney's thoughts on it. Isn't Mike Maloney like that? He's a big gold bug, isn't he? Mike Maloney. Yeah, it is good to see this green in these altcoins. So if these altcoins pump and you're holding them, this is your chance to ladder out. This is your chance to get out while you can, guys. Christy Grogan says she just joined today. Christy, after I get off this live, I will head on over to Patreon and get you in our Discord group. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate all of you guys. Reminder, we do weekly calls in our Discord group. We go live. My group, they basically have live discussions every night with or without me. And then we do, you can also get one-on-one sessions with me. I'm not here to be your financial advisor, but I'll at least tell you what I'm doing and give you my thoughts on your investments. And it is much more than cryptocurrency too. So feel free to hop on over there. We'd love to see you in there. Just dumped my Sheeb and bought more XLM. I think that that's a good move. XLM still has good potential. So I'm telling people to sell off. Bad move. Well, I'm telling people to take profits if we get another pump. Right? So that's already kind of happened today. If we continue to see some upside into the new year, I think it's a good time to get out. If you take the Federal Reserve at their word, this party's over next year. The pump is over in March. The debt bubble should pop next year when interest rates are hiked 3 times in 2022. I don't think the U.S. dollar, I don't think the U.S. economy is going to be doing too hot with those interest rate hikes. Should I sell my AVAX? Avalanche can still pump some more, but yeah, I mean, I would be laddering out as we continue up. What was it? All-time high was like 144 or something like that. So yeah, 146 all-time high for Avalanche. Don't count on the Omicron messing things up for the Fed's plans. Yeah, that's the thing. It's so hard to it's hard to trust them. They could completely change up. But what's happened is they are ramping up what was expected. They're going to be doing twice as much tapering as they were expected to do. You think the XRP is game over soon? In a year, this thing's over and it's never coming back. Once the lawsuit's over, this show's on the road. The train has left the station, and I hope that you have a few XRP. What do I think the SEC decision will be on XRP? Atom versus AVAX for bigger pump. What is Atom at right now? I actually am a fan of Cosmos. I've been looking at it recently. I didn't realize how many blockchains were built on Cosmos. All-time high was at 44, so it's basically at half of all-time high. Yeah. So versus Avalanche. Let's take a look. Yeah. Yeah, I think you got more room to run in Cosmos, honestly. Avalanche is only 30% off that all-time high. I'm not expecting these coins to do like 2x from their previous all-time high like I was earlier in the over the last couple months. I was saying that depending on where Bitcoin goes, we could see these coins that already hit their all-time high in April 2x that previous all-time high, like 2 or 3x. But because Bitcoin topped out at 69K, we are now all at our downside targets for all of these altcoins. And now that the Federal Reserve is saying that the pump is over in March of next year and the party's over, I would start to ladder out over this next, over the next 1 to 3 months into March. OC, I appreciate the gifts. Yeah, thank you for tapping the screen too, guys. Thank you for sharing this stream. I appreciate you guys. Thoughts on Casino Coin? Arthur, good question. I'm holding some Casino Coin, hoping for it to catch a pump. It's one of those that has not hit its all-time high from last bull run, so it's being suppressed. But I do believe that once XRP hopefully eventually does something, Casino Coin's going to make a pretty strong move too. Casino Coin just has that name. Quincy Jones just put out a video like 2 days ago talking about how Casino Coin, just the name Casino Coin, it just like clearly defines what the coin is about, and people like to gamble. Yeah, Casino Coin currently down. I may actually, it's at 0.002 for Casino Coin. I'm looking to add to my Casino Coin Electroneum. I've been adding to XLM. I just took some more profits from Sologenic yesterday. Looking for Sologenic to pump, hopefully $7 to $10. XDC I'm watching closely, and I'm just hoping for one more pump. What's my XDC doing? But I'm going to be fine holding XDC. If I get caught holding this bag, that's fine. It's one of my smaller bags anyways. Yeah. XDC up 30% today. So XDC is looking healthy. Okay. This is what I'm hoping and praying for, is that these altcoins are going to catch a run. Okay, all we need is Bitcoin to go back up to 55, 60K, Ethereum to go reach all-time high or get close to it. And then that's going to give us some liquidity for these alts to run and make that final push. IOTA is another one. I'm not holding. I wish I had it though. I'm a big fan of IOTA. Should we do some battles, guys? I heard that like battling's like the new thing to do. XRP price prediction after lawsuit, double digits. And after the lawsuit, within a year, I expect it to be at high double digits, potentially $100 within a year after the lawsuit. Algo, big fan of Algo. I always forget about Algo. I sold my profits at 139 on Algo. What's it doing right now? Steven says no, just spit facts. Amen, Steven. We can't play around. All these kids be battling and messing around. You guys want the value. You guys want the good content. And the secret sauce. Should we get into the secret sauce? Usually I only save that for Discord these days. We can't get into the secret sauce on TikTok. Algo, $1.42. Sitting all right. Its all-time high was $2 though. No, $3.28. So we're 56% off that. Do I stack any coins? Are you talking about precious metals or like cryptocurrencies? Explain exact timeline and New World Order rollout right now, please. I'll get in trouble. Sorry, guys. I can't give you the secret sauce here. But on YouTube, I am going to do a deep dive. I might get in trouble over there, but we're just going to have to send it at this point. Arthur, thank you, brother. Thank you. You just bought 74,000 in vet. What do you think? Dang. Um, yeah, hopefully vet catches another pump. I don't get excited about vet, but I do think that it can catch another pump. It's up 4% today. Yeah, we'll see what it does. I mean, what was that? Yeah, it got up to 25 cents. Yeah, so I mean, if it goes back up to all-time high, you're just catching a 2-3x. You think I'm nuts. That's fine. XYO is solid as well. Loop ring fan. No. No. All those coins that you guys are mentioning, Chili's, AMP, I don't get excited about, guys. At this point, especially for these coins that have stretched out to their all-time high already this year, you'd be lucky for them to reach back out to their all-time high. Just because Bitcoin topped out at 69K, so we're at downside targets for all these coins. So 6 months ago in June, AMP hit 12 cents. It's 60% down from there. So you catch a 3 or 4x if we break all-time high. Yeah. 4 or 5x if we double that previous all-time high. But like I said, guys, I don't know. It's sitting at that $2 billion market cap, though, so it's not going to take much to 5x this coin. It's just at this stage in the bull run, I don't know. Long term, it doesn't get me excited. Short term, potential 2 or 3x maybe. What about SafeMoon? I don't know what SafeMoon's doing, man. Did Putin create Bitcoin? No, I don't believe that Putin created Bitcoin. I know that's what Dan Pena says, and I love Dan Pena, but I don't believe it was Putin. You see a future in real estate crypto? Ben, are you talking about the metaverse, or are you talking about like the traditional real estate space, like incorporating crypto? Because, I mean, I think that both are going to be big. It's just when it comes to metaverse, I believe that Meta, aka Facebook, is going to dominate. Oh, you're talking about traditional. Yeah, I do believe that basically every real estate transaction, I believe, will be done on a blockchain, some smart contracts platform. And, I think that you're going to see real estate get tokenized as well. So it'll be much easier for you and a few family members to buy a vacation home. It'll be easier for you and a few friends to buy a real estate property, right? Everything will be tokenized. Everything will be put on smart contract blockchain ledgers. And real estate agents are going to get squeezed. I don't think that they completely go away, but their role, I think, will shift. Their role is going to shift. They're going to have to adapt and evolve. But I think a lot of the contract processes will be automated through blockchain, so you won't need an agent to do the deal. Yeah, Airbnb. Yeah, dude. That's been a big thing over the last few years. If you do it, you really have to run it like a business, right? It's a business. But I know some people that are making some money on their Airbnbs. one of my biggest clients in my landscape business. He's got 3 Airbnbs where we live out in Birch Bay. Killing it. He's killing it. And all of his real estate's appreciated a lot over the last couple, 2-3 years. Which is the thing that we were talking about in our Discord group today was United States real estate is still viewed as a safe haven across the world. So across the world, people are still coming and flocking to the United States real estate market, viewing it as a safe haven asset. They want to get their money out of their country. They want to get their money into US dollar assets. They can take out debt, good debt, low interest rate debt right now in America. So yeah, we have a bunch of foreign investments coming in, specifically in our market where I live and across the country. Dot or Link, they're both kind of equal in my eyes. They both got some good stuff going on in both ecosystems. But I'm not holding either one. I'm not holding Chainlink or Polkadot. What is my market? I'm in Washington State, specifically very northwest corner of the state, right on the Canadian border. So where I'm at, we have Californians moving up to Washington State. We have people from Seattle leaving the city, moving up to my neck of the woods. And then we also have Canadians investing just right across the border where I live. So we get it from all sides. All sides. Our market's really appreciated over the last few years. What's up with XRP? Do we still trust this thing, or do we part ways taking so long? Definitely still trust it. Definitely still have 100% faith. When I see the news yesterday that it's being delisted off of another exchange, to me, that's bullish. That's confirmation of the overall thesis of XRP, which is it's not meant for you and me, Joe Blow, to hold. It's meant for central banks to use for wholesale payments. It's meant for big banks and financial institutions to move trillions of dollars. It's not meant for us. So it being delisted off of a Canadian exchange, although you have influencers who take advantage to come on and make fun of XRP, hate on XRP any chance they get, that news to me is actually confirmation. That's what we expected to see. Will Bitcoin hit 40K again? Arthur, we definitely can test back to 42K. But if we break 40K and we start closing dailies below 40, that's where we start the bearish conversation. But we definitely can. I mean, everything's on the table. I see more downside than I do upside over the next 3 months. Hopefully that answers your question. I see more down, especially for Bitcoin. I see more downside than I do upside. Especially if they're stopping the pump in March, that means that the upside's even less for Bitcoin. Bitcoin hasn't even been performing that well during this time of mass inflation. It's been doing all right. But if the pump's over next year, there's more downside than upside over the next few months. Bitcoin is not a buy even if it goes to 10K for me. Bitcoin's never a buy for me. Never. There's no reason to hold Bitcoin, period. There's none. Can the elite FUD us out of our XRP even if we have it in cold storage? Well, I mean, the only way that they can FUD it out is if you sell. So if you know what you hold and you keep it on your cold storage, then you're not gonna give up your XRP. But they definitely can FUD people out, and they are right now. Look at all the people flip-flopping. Look at all these other creators that are telling you that they're sending Bitcoin and Ethereum to their family for Christmas. Why would you send your family the two biggest shit coins in the space? The Bitcoin maxis, the Bitcoin thesis is a pipe dream. And it's based off of false information. I don't know if you guys heard in the last congressional hearing last week, Brian Brooks said in the recent pipeline hack that occurred, the reason why they were able to capture the funds is because they used Bitcoin. So they were able to track it all. So this is the case with Bitcoin, is it's not private like we were told and like the dream is for the Bitcoin experiment. It's not private, and it's not a store of value. Say Bitcoin gets sued after XRP is their chain. Well, that's the thing, is there's no one to sue with Bitcoin. It's a decentralized proof of work shitcoin. That's what it is. So anybody can run it in their parents' basement, but you're not creating any value. There is no utility there. The payment network that is Bitcoin is slower than the traditional banking system. And it's more expensive than the traditional banking system. Curious as to why the government would allow us to keep XRP. They had to trial and test XRP. That's why it was released. And remember, XRP is a decentralized currency. So Ripple doesn't have control of it. The government doesn't have control of it. The only way that they're going to get control of it is if they do a buyback. Or they just buy the remaining supply from Ripple. If they own over half the supply, well, then I would say that they have control of it. But at this point, XRP is just a decentralized currency. I'm going to put out a video here, and I'm going to explain why Bitcoin is not really a store of value. What's happening is we've had inflation. Okay, so you can make the argument that Bitcoin is storing some value, but what's really happening is it's just taking more dollars to buy Bitcoin. There is no value in the Bitcoin protocol, in the network, in the payment system. There's no smart contracts. So all that's happening is that you're having to give more fiat dollars to get a Bitcoin. Wow, I appreciate that comment, Arthur, on YouTube. He says, dude, I just want to thank you. Because of you, I've made it to the top 5% while being unemployed since I first met you. Thank you again. Arthur, I appreciate you, man. I'm so glad to hear that. This is what I've been saying. And, you know, I still got the trolls. I still got the haters. And they say, you've been saying that your time is running out to get XRP since February. And it's like, yeah, bro. XRP was at 40 cents back then. Like, your time is running out to get it at cheaper prices. Okay. And the price can go down. But then look at what's happening with the exchanges. You're not even capable of getting it. So your time has been running out. And people are finding that out right now. You know, people have been making fun of me. Oh, your time's running out. And until the exchanges actually delist it, and then you can't buy it, and then you go, oh shit, I only have 500 XRP. I don't have any XRP. In my most recent XRP rant, I said, are you in the top 10% of bag holders? Like if you're invested into crypto, but you're not into the top 10% of XRP holders, I think that that's the bare minimum that everyone should be in the cryptocurrency space. The risk to reward is just too great for you not to hold XRP. Okay? So I put out the question. I said, do you have 2,000 XRP, which puts you in the top 10%? Do you have 10,000 XRP? And most people don't, and your time is running out to stack that bag. And they can flip the switch at any point. And some point over the next year, this staged lawsuit will be done. And then XRP's off to the races. The train will have left the station and you will be stuck watching as we sail off to the promised land. Please don't comment how much XRP you guys got in the comments. Don't tell people how much you got, okay? You don't want to put that target on your back, okay? As we sail off into the promised land and all the Bitcoin maxis are still trying to say that Bitcoin is the best thing ever, that Ethereum is the new layer of the internet. Thoughts on Quant? Yes, big fan. Yeah, Electronium, big fan. Top 5%, I think 5%'s at 8,000 XRP. We will be sailing off to the promised land within a year or two. I guarantee you that. We should already be there, but we got tied up in a staged lawsuit. It's very simple, guys. XRP would already have done 3 to 5x its previous all-time high, which was $3, just like every other crypto did, just like all the other major altcoins have done. Bitcoin, Ethereum, they've all done 3 to 5x from the previous all-time high they hit last bull run. So if XRP wasn't in the lawsuit, it would have done the same thing, which isn't promised land prices, okay? But once this thing gets going and it has clarity, then the utility kicks in. Then the payment flows move onto the XRP ledger. And we start settling hundreds of billions of dollars daily, trillions of dollars daily, moving. Unlike Bitcoin, which is just quote unquote storing a market cap value of 922 billion. 922 billion in Bitcoin. The quote unquote store of value. With XRP, we're talking about trillions of dollars moving and being settled on the ledger daily. It's a completely different conversation. Appreciate you guys for tuning in tonight. Thank you for tapping the screen. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for hitting that thumbs up if you're still on YouTube with me. Oh, we ran the YouTube chat back up. What percent is 200,000 XRP? Yeah. 73,000 puts you in the top 1%. If you have 10,000, you are in the top 5%. Yeah. Yeah, give or take right around there. If XRP reached Swift's level, it would be 3 digits. Yes, that's something that I've mentioned many times, how if we just replace Swift, if that's all we did, XRP's at 3 digits. XRP's at 3 digits, even if you had all of the circulating supply, 47 billion. So that would mean me and you and everyone else who's holding XRP, we send it, we sell off to Swift, and we allow Swift to use that 47 billion XRP. XRP's still at 3 digits. But that's the thing. We're not going to sell until XRP's at a much higher price. They're never going to have the full circulating supply for that payment flow, for that liquidity. Unlike the United States dollar, XRP has a fixed supply. So when it goes to be as liquid as a G10 currency, just like Ripple stated, their simple goal was to make XRP a world reserve currency that was as liquid as a G10 currency, i.e. the franc, i.e. the Swiss currency, whatever that is, the central banks that just did an XRP pilot test, the euro. All of those currencies are inflationary. They don't have a fixed supply. The G10 currencies that provide liquidity in markets across the world are inflationary. XRP, although 47 billion in circulation and a 100 billion total supply seems like so much, it's not when you compare it to the trillions of dollars that are in circulation just within the United States dollar, just within the G10 currencies. And then we're not even talking about derivatives. I mean, guys, when we talk about all of the money, when we talk about the internet of value that is being created, we're talking about hundreds of trillions of dollars, quadrillions of dollars, literally, is flowing across this world. It's just a matter of how much is going to move to blockchains, how much is going to be moving and settling on your blockchain. One sec, guys. My phone is going to die. I have to run and grab a charger real quick. TikTok, stick with me. And we lost the TikTok stream. YouTube, I am still with you guys, but my phone did just die. 1 second here. Okay. YouTube, it is just us. In the meantime, until we get the TikTok fired back up. Appreciate you guys for coming in tonight. If you guys could hit that thumbs up for me, I would greatly appreciate that. Okay, we're going to go a little bit longer here. We've been on stream for a while now, haven't we? An hour and 17 minutes. Appreciate you guys for coming in. What else do we have? Let's take a look at, let's roll over to Twitter, see what's happening. A lot of interesting things coming out here in regards to the yeah, okay, the usual. Andy, I appreciate that. Thank you. We're going to try to keep more YouTube content on the way as well. Trying to actually post more here. So the U.S. SEC announces a new proposal to enhance disclosure requirements and investor protections against insider trading. Yeah, and I think, what did Nancy Pelosi say today? That she wants to allow Congress members to continue trading. But we know that they are doing a lot of corrupt insider trading. Gary Gensler, you know, he's just out here to protect investors, right? Out here to protect the people. Yeah, that was interesting. Jerome Powell says that he is not concerned about cryptocurrencies and it does not pose a risk to financial stability. right, TikTok. TikTok, we are back. Thank you for still being here with me. Yeah, if you guys could please tap the like button, make sure you share this stream and let people know that we are live again. Thank you. Do I follow XRP Veil? I don't know who XRP Veil is. Are you talking about Val? Zach has a bit of a Canadian accent. That's funny. I am close to the border. Nancy Pelosi rejects stock trading ban for government officials. Yeah, she wants to continue making her money. Nancy is cashing in, absolutely. Why Mason's saying wrong about XRP? I don't know what is Mason saying about XRP right now. I put out a response to his video this weekend. Yeah, so this was the most recent chart from Dark Defender. He said, hi there. We're consolidating between 85 cents and 65 cents. We called this pattern W last year and hit our targets. Now we see a similar pattern, targeting $2.64. I expect it with or without the output of trustee, aka the SEC. The pattern will realize itself. So yeah, this has us going up to $2.64 by the new year. Into the new year. So we'll see about that. That's Dark Defender on Twitter. Yeah, I got all my XRP under 30 cents pretty much. Would I buy XRP on Kraken? I don't, if you can. Yeah, wherever you can get it. I use Uphold Qcoin. So what has Ripple said recently? XRP to 10,000 by 2025. Yeah, I do believe that in the next 5 to 10 years, XRP is going to go to 10,000. I do believe that. Can I stream with you? Who is that? Oh. What the? I don't know who that is. How is XRP going to be a good thing if David Schwartz is meeting with Klaus Schwab? I don't think that David Schwartz is meeting with Klaus Schwab, is he? Why do you believe that that will happen? Yeah, so look at this from Ripple. In case you missed it, RippleNet surged in 2021, but it's primed for even more explosive growth in 2022. With 20 plus countries accessible for ODL customers' payment needs and international volume up 25 times since Q3 last year, the crypto native future is looking bright. Are you serious? I gotta open this up in a new tab. That's... wow. In the midst of the lawsuit, they have over 20 plus countries with accessible ODL right now for customers' payment needs, and the volume is up 25 times. How about that? While XRP price is stagnant? Does that make sense? Sia coin? I've never heard of it. Bitrue has staking. Yeah, I can't use Bitrue in my state of Washington. Buy tied to a bank account or no? Christy, yeah, if you can, you'll probably get better fees if you just directly link your bank account. Andy says, I believe Bitcoin is going to zero once the new financial system is up and running unless they run on the XRP ledger. Do you agree, Andy? I do believe that Bitcoin is going to have serious struggles. I do believe that they're going to tax the hell out of it or just outright ban it. So because of the proof of work energy burn, I think that they will either tax the hell out of it or they will just ban it. Guys, you have to listen to Ripple and Brad, and when they speak, you got to listen. So listen to this. Ripple was the first company to leverage crypto to tackle the trillion-dollar challenges associated with cross-border payments. Trillion-dollar challenges. Meanwhile, we only have like 2.3 trillion in the whole cryptocurrency space. XRP Ripple alone is tackling this problem in the trillions by themselves. Many companies have entered this space to address the pitfalls that businesses and consumers alike experience when interacting with our current financial system, but without addressing the underlying infrastructure that this system was built on. Financial institutions, payment service providers, fintechs, and SMEs are left navigating an archaic system that takes time, resources, and money away from their business. And this is why Bitcoin is irrelevant already, because Bitcoin doesn't do anything like this. It doesn't address any of these problems. It doesn't address the infrastructure that the current financial system is built on. It doesn't solve any problems for financial institutions, payment service providers, fintechs, small and medium enterprises. Michael Saylor and these Bitcoin boys can buy billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin to pump their stocks, but that's all it does for them. They store $1 billion worth of value. It doesn't matter. Because they bought it the way they did, they get a write-off the loss even if they don't sell, because they bought. It's just like what Tesla did with Bitcoin. They get a write-off the loss even without selling because of how they did it. And then they realize the gain without even they realize the gain without even selling, because their price of the stock goes up when Bitcoin goes up. That's why these big companies invested in Bitcoin. But it's not solving real problems for them. It's not solving the time, resources, and money that the archaic system takes away from these businesses. And I still have people in my chat that are telling me that I'm off my rocker. Take it up with Ripple. ODL customers today can now access over 20 countries around the world for their payment needs. Since Q3 last year, transactions over RippleNet have more than doubled, and ODL transactions are up 130% quarter over quarter. ODL transactions in Q3 accounted for 25% of total dollar volume across the network, while our US ODL flows were essentially halted due to regulatory uncertainty. International ODL volume has continued to surge, while volume growing more than 25 times since Q3 last year. But I'm off my rocker. The numbers don't lie. And if we're not supposed to be believing in XRP and Ripple, what company are we supposed to be believing in? What crypto are we supposed to be investing in? I want to hear your solutions. For the trolls and the haters in the chats, what's your solutions? What coin do you have for us? What about Luna coin? Well, it already pumped. If you guys could please tap the screen and share I would greatly appreciate that. In the big picture, Bitcoin began the wealth transfer. Yeah, I mean, it basically opened up the door for blockchain technology, brought a lot of people to the space. Yeah, I mean, you got to give credit where credit's due for Bitcoin, but CeeLo, okay, solid project. HBAR and Algorand, solid projects. HBAR does have some issues though. It can't handle the 10,000 transactions per second that they talk about all the time. Yeah, XRP was $23 million on Coinbase yesterday. Yeah, the glitch was pretty crazy. That glitch was pretty crazy. And that's the thing. If you go look at who Ripple's hiring for, and they just continue to add jobs throughout this whole lawsuit, through everything going on, they just continue to expand. They're hiring people and they continue to add partnerships. Crow, yeah, it's a solid project. A lot of marketing. They got the marketing covered for sure. I want to see what was this tech dev guy that everyone's been following. What's his update? 200 to 300 grand is programmed for Bitcoin, he says. By the end of the year, I love how he still has this up. From September 24th, this original tweet. He still has this up. That's awesome. I mean, at least he's holding it up. At least he's holding it up. He didn't delete it. See, a lot of influencers, creators would just delete this. 200 to 300k Bitcoin looks almost too programmed, he says. That is awesome. How's that program working out for you? He says 2 hours ago, I like the setup. My take. Probability and risk reward very much on our side. What? Let's see what this Bitcoin Maxi says. Bitcoin's realized price exhibits parabolic shapes in all bull phases. Realized price MACD has peaks as Bitcoin ascends to its local tops or peaks. MACD is at the same level as it is in last month of 2017 bull phase and late 2020. If it flips up, could see a run up to 130 to 150k in 60 days. That's interesting. Let me add that to my photos. I don't know. This Bitcoin Maxi, I don't know what he's talking about. Realized price, I don't know what that is. But he says that we're lined up for, if it flips up, we could see a run up to 130 to 150k in 60 days. So over the next 2 months, we would see Bitcoin double and potentially triple. Tech Dev, he says, weekly total altcoin market cap still looks on track. It's just taking longer. Notice the denser candle count. that's okay. So we're comparing the 2017 total altcoin market cap to the 2021. So, okay. Yeah, taking longer. I could see that, but that doesn't mean that Bitcoin's going to go up. Yeah, I know he's expecting us to get that pump that we got in 2017 there. Yeah. I know he was predicting 9 trillion for the overall market cap, or like 11 trillion for the overall market cap. That would be a serious move. Now, I'm trying to think of the scenario that could play out. Basically, if we just had a flight to crypto into the new year, just everyone's ditching the US dollar and inflation and all the worries and concerns, everyone just flees into crypto. I guess you could see it, maybe. But the Federal Reserve is telling us that the pump is over, that they're not going to be, that they're already starting to decrease as much as they're pumping now. So we're already, I mean, they're going to continue to pump, but it's not going to be at the rate that they have been. If they pass the infrastructure bill and do something there, maybe. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a scenario that could actually lead to this blow off top that these guys are still calling for, but the structural similarities, yeah. I don't know. I would almost argue though that we're going to be in a new paradigm into the new year. Comparing to past previous charts, yes, I see the comparison, and there's a lot of comparisons to the previous bull runs, but yeah, we're in a new paradigm for sure into the new year, with just the global macro picture. All right, guys. I'm going to wrap this one up for tonight. Thank you for coming into this stream. If you can, hit the thumbs up on the way out for me. YouTube, I would greatly appreciate that. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you know when I'm going live. If you want any of the XRP merch, that's linked up in the description of this video, as well as the Patreon with the Discord group. If you want to join that, head on over there and that'll be linked up as well. Other than that, okay, let's watch this market, see what we do. I'm not expecting anything really great to happen until the new year, but I would love to be wrong. In the meantime, I appreciate all of you guys. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you, and God bless.